viewers, and we're just preparing for the live stream. And so welcome. So how are you? How was your weekend? On the weekend, I actually taught, redirecting 2 seconds. So one moment, just waiting for hello to everyone out there. Okay, we are live across all the platforms now. And so welcome. I'll be doing free readings today, and I'm using a new deck. Well, it's actually a deck I've had for a very long time. I just haven't used it for a while. So it's the Archangel Power Tarot cards. And so I'll be using that one today. And hi, Marty. Thanks for being here. Great to see you. Trust you been enjoying your weekend. So on the weekend, I taught pellowah healing, and it's a 2-day workshop. It's a certified course. And what it does is actually shifts consciousness, expands awareness, and connects all 12 strands of DNA. And I just love seeing the transformation in people. It's like what you're doing is opening up, expanding your mind, but turning on all the light switches. Because if you there's lots of different levels of consciousness, okay? And humanity is basically been operating less than 10% of consciousness. Now, the last couple of years, everything has shifted, and we have got to this tipping point that we've saved the earth, because there was it was a bit touch and go there about 15 years ago. And so I've been teaching this for 18 years. So back then, when I was talking about the pellowah, and it just made so much sense to me, not everyone understood what I was talking about. So now it's like this spirituality, meditation, quantum physics, everything is just everyday talk for most people as we move from the 3D to the 4D to the 5D, and everyone's at different levels of consciousness. And bless those souls who choose to just stay at the 3D, and they came here not to change, and that's okay. No judgment. And so what I do is to help those people who are wanting change, wanting that spiritual growth, wanting to learn and upgrade their conscious human operating system. So, and you know, when the student's ready, the teacher appears. So had a wonderful weekend teaching the pellowah healing, and the light bulb moments when we go through, you know, the different exercises and processes, and, you know, they give each other a healing, plus the attunement is like 10 times, 100 times stronger than receiving one healing. So that's where the benefit of doing the workshop and receiving that attunement, because you've got it for life. Now, this was the last workshop I'm doing this year. I'll be traveling to the US in November and December. And so those of you who are interested in learning, send me a private message or email me at linda@lindaben.com, and I will let you know where I'll be located. I'll be in California, though I'm working out my itinerary, because I'll also be in Nevada and Utah as well, and traveling to different areas. So good morning, Mark. Great to have you here. And I believe you're still away, so wonderful to have you here. And thanks for watching. So in a nutshell, you know, during the workshop, just to briefly explain, when you activate your 12 strands of DNA, it's like you expand your whole awareness, your imagination, you take off those blinkers and you see life from a totally different perspective and outlook. So everything changes. Everything that you are doing on a daily basis changes, and you start stepping into your power to be the unlimited being that you are, and then trusting that inner guidance coming through. Now, I keep talking about, trust your inner guidance. And in the workshop, what we do is connect you to your higher self so that you actually connect and trust that connection with your higher self and with source energy, and trusting that inner guidance. Okay. And so that's, there's several different processes that we go into. And again, pellowah is not the be all and end all. It's a tool, and it's one of many tools that I use to help people, whether they've got health problems, relationship issues, whether they're struggling in any area of their life. And what it will do is help them to make clear choices and decisions for their highest good and destiny, and trusting themselves, trusting their inner guidance. So in regards to relationships, it's interesting. I got another message from a friend yesterday, and she's struggling with her husband's drinking because she no longer drinks. And so this is one of the areas that comes up a lot in relationships, because what alcohol or drugs do is numbs out the emotional pain. And it's a way that people don't want to look at their emotions, don't want to feel. But especially right now, it's like you can't push it under the carpet anymore. The elephant is in the room and you need to look at it. And so the tools that I teach people is how to move through, even when you're feeling at rock bottom, feeling, depressed, anxiety or anger or frustration, or this grief or sadness, whatever the emotion is. It's about being the observer and actually moving through it to get to the other side of your breakthrough. And again, have no attachment. It's an emotion, it's energy. Energy is always moving. Okay. And emotion, the actual word is emotion. So energy in motion, and trust that you have the strength and the courage within you in order to move through that emotion. Okay, so this is why it's really important to continue to do your own inner work on a daily basis. This is why I created the Ben method, which is balance, energy, nurture, and nourish. It's a sustainable method because it's advanced self-care for the soul. So when you do it on a daily basis, you then find the new you, create the new life. And that's where there's so much personal development out there. But what happens is you can go to a workshop or a seminar and go, wow, I feel great, everything's awesome. But what happens a week later or a month later? And it's doing those daily habits and having someone accountable to you, keeping you on track. Because, hey, we're all here on having a human experience, and then, oh, good, you're back, Mark. Awesome. And thank you. Thanks for being here, and happy to share my advice. So back to what I was saying is, on a daily basis, we have different emotions and cycles on how we're feeling, and it's having those daily habits that will keep us in alignment with our true self, as well as doing those daily habits and having that routine where we're honoring ourselves and loving ourselves, and the relationship all starts with ourselves. What are you doing for you? And then with any relationship, when you come together, well, you're a mirror for each other. And this is where relationships is the biggest learning tool, because there's going to be button pushing or triggers, but then you actually go deeper within yourselves and really trust what you're feeling, but have the tools in order to continue to be in that relationship, but be at peace and love and joy and feel that. So choose the relationships that enhance your life and that you grow together. So tomorrow night, I'm doing a class at 7 p.m. on relationships. And for those who are struggling in their current relationship, or those that have come out of a relationship and they're struggling to find their mojoy and to rebuild their lives. So that's the area where I take them on, and that's my program that I'm creating. Well, it is created, and I'm incorporating my Ben Renewal program. So for the one-on-one, it's going to be, that's the foundation. It's 5 steps, and it's the release, realign, restore, rebalance, and re-energize. So I'll just quickly, now that I've started, I'll quickly share that you start with the rediscover your life, and this is all about releasing and rediscovering who you are as a soul. Okay, then we redesign your life, and this is the realign. And then we move into the rebuilding your life, which is the restore, rebalance, re-energize. And then you relive, and that's where the Ben method comes in, because once you've done all that foundation work, then you've got a sustainable model to use every day, right up until the day that you choose to leave the planet. So if you're interested in that, let's have a chat, and I'll put a link in the comments here, and you can reach out to me and we can have a private one-to-one conversation. Okay, so I am going to choose a card for the collective. And these are the Archangel Power Tarot cards. And look how beautiful they are. And I've had them for years, so for some reason I haven't been using them. So today, and they're still a little bit sticky because they're so new. So I'm going to choose a card for everybody. And how's everyone feeling, by the way? Last Monday, we had the Lionsgate open, and then we had the full moon last Thursday, and then we've got the new moon coming up next week. I'll talk more about that new moon and the energy next Monday when I'm on. And though also at the end of this month, we've got the huge energy wave, which I've mentioned before on other videos. And if you can catch that, go back to my other videos and get that update. So the card I have chosen today is Perspective. Very interesting. Archangel Shemuel. And there's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. And I opened it straight away to the page. So the meaning is, there is a better way. You've probably noticed that your past approach is no longer working for you. Archangel Shemuel asks you that you pause, what you're doing and look at things from a different perspective. Isn't that interesting? I was just talking about, pellowah as a tool to help you to see things from a different perspective. So if you're suffering and struggling with a situation, with anything in your life, it's take a step back and reflect on it and see things from a different perspective. And that's what I do in my coaching and guide people to see things from a different outlook, and then it changes how you're looking at everything, and also changes the thought and the feeling and the action or the behavior that you're actually may do or not do. So and awesome, thanks for being here. Thanks, Patty. I just got add. So just use the chat if you've got a question, just pop it in the chat. I am live on YouTube and Zoom as well. So back to the meaning. Archangel Chamel's asked you that you to pause what you're doing and look at things from a different perspective. While this time of reflection is temporary, it is also extremely important to your spiritual evolution and growth. And this card can also indicate that your heart may be leading you to perform a selfless act of kindness for someone else. This form of compassion is always rewarded, and your angels will be standing by your side. Remember that you give the world your greatest gift by being your true, unique, electric self. I love that. So August is the month of kindness. And if you've been following my posts, I talk about, the kindness and what acts. And on the 1st of August, I actually put a post on these are the acts of kindness, and pick one each day. And because when we do something for another, we also feel good, as well as helping our brothers and sisters out there. So let me know. Go and, it just can be simple. It doesn't have to be some huge thing, it could be just simply letting a car in front of you, or opening the door for someone, or just acknowledging someone, giving them a compliment, or buying someone a coffee, at a cafe if you're standing in line. And just that act of kindness will ripple out to other people, because if they're the recipient of that, that will ripple out. And then that will inspire them to go and do an act of kindness. And that's how together we can just keep spreading this beautiful, joyful, loving energy, and it keeps raising our energy vibration as well. So additional meanings is a pause for reflection, time moving slowly, a change in priorities, unconventional ideas, daring to be different. So Archangel Chamel is known for helping people find whatever it is that they are seeking. His name means the eyes of God, and you can call upon him when you're trying to understand a situation from a different perspective. So I trust that message resonates with a lot of people, and awesome. Thanks for your messages. And hi, Alan. Thanks for joining. And okay, Alan, you'd like a card, and Mark's feeling better after the full moon. It was a super full moon. So it was so bright, so big. This is the last super moon for this year. And so we've had actually four in a row, just get my fingers right, 4 super moons in a row. And the energy has been building. Like I said, at the end of this month, we are we will experience a huge energy surge. The new moon, which is going to be really powerful. Again, I'll talk about that next Monday. And but then we've got this huge energy wave, and it's really going to shift a lot of energy on the planet, but it's up to all of us. Remember, mass consciousness can together, this is when we all come together and focus our intentions on what we choose to see in the world. We create the world that we choose to live in. And yes, we live in a dual reality. There is light and dark. So there is some beings that came to the planet with the intention of causing havoc, of operating from the darkness. And that can be, you know, evil, can be greed, power, ego, money. And that's, you know, what their agenda is. So, okay, Alan, I am choosing a card for you. Just pop in the chat. Would you like, I'm going to make 3 piles. Would you like 1, 2, or 3? Great to see you, Patty. So Patty and I lived with Patty in her beautiful home in Petaluma when I lived in California. And back then we had we were enjoying the company of 2 huge dogs. What was it? Leo Burgers or something. Huge, hairy dogs, but they were so beautiful. So yeah, and I'm a dog lover, so that it was just so precious to have their beautiful energy. And they've both passed over, so they're playing with my little Penny dog in spirit. So okay, hi Beth. Oh, Leon Burgers. Yes, I thought it was Leon Burgers. Yes. Okay, so Alan, this is what I got for you. 2 of Ariel. So Archangel Ariel is one of the archangel. And the message is important to have balance. Working multiple jobs or projects at once, making work fun. So very interesting. And balance is one of the things that I teach people in my Ben method. Let me just start 2 of Ariel. Here we go. So this is for you, Alan. Okay, see if this resonates. It's important to have balance. You may be working multiple jobs or you have several projects going on at once. Reconsider your to-do list. It's really necessary to accomplish it all. The key to managing stress is to think of ways to make your situation more fun. Look at life in a playful way. You may be having challenges balancing your budget. Be cautious of juggling your finances in a way that causes long-term difficulties. Career changes could be looked at carefully and decisions made slowly and logically. So other meanings of this card is going with the flow and making it look easy, the ability to get by on little money. So does that resonate with you, Alan? And that's a message, you know, we all, I'm sure, can agree that we've, you know, been challenged with, is finding that balance. And especially when you're a creative, and you know, there's always lots of shiny objects, and how do you find that balance to just focus, stay disciplined, and work through and maintain health and well-being, and have those healthy boundaries so that you don't burn out. And okay, in one way, but not my primary struggle at the moment. So interesting. Well, that's what came through for you. and look at maybe it could be finding balance in your routine and having that reflective time, having time, the quiet time to actually connect with your helpers in spirit, your God team, the gods, goddesses, whoever you communicate with, and asking them for clarity on your next step, and just know and trust those messages that come through for you. Okay. And you can always reach out, and we can go deeper on this. So and Beth would like a card as well. Okay, so Beth, I'm shuffling. We're using the Archangel Power Tarot cards, and so you can just think about your question in your mind. You don't have to put it in the chat, and spirit know exactly what you need right now. So I'll make you want 3. Okay, awesome. So Beth, this is your card. It's the 6 of Michael, and the message is it's the light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief and make new plans, recollection or travel. So the 6 of Michael is you're on your way to happier times. The situation that you had feeling stressed and worried about is now behind you. A new day is dawning with sunnier skies on the horizon. Embrace the changes and leave the past behind. You can now breathe a sigh of relief and begin to make new plans. Don't be afraid to ask for help in implementing the changes you desire. Other meanings of this is see things objectively, becoming more positive, relocation or travel. So does that resonate with you, Beth? And because it's, again, coming back to trusting your inner guidance. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. None of us came here to struggle and suffer and do things the hard way. That's the old way of thinking. It doesn't exist unless you are holding on to that belief. It really doesn't even exist, because it's really believing and trusting that you are a powerful being. And all that old thinking and even the beliefs and the old programs and patterns, it's not part of who you are. When you really step into your power and you step in as your powerful, fearless and unstoppable being that you are, that's your true self. That's why you came here to the planet, to actually be that and step into that. And yes, we have, all this, we're in this 3D density vibration, and that's where we can get caught up in all that 3D thinking and all this reality that we've been surviving in. But it's about thriving and really stepping in and trusting, whoa, hang on. It's a choice. Do I choose to follow the old systems that are broken and that aren't working, or do I choose to really just step up and actually make a stand for myself, honor yourself, and honor the choices and decisions that you're making? So only make the choices and decisions that make you feel good, that make you feel strong, and what feels the difference. And this is where everything in your life, when you actually tune in And it can be with, you know, do I eat this or drink this? Or do I go here or not? How does it feel? And so, like yesterday, you know, we went over the 7 symbols in the workshop, and each one, it wasn't about what the meaning of the symbol meant. It was about how does it feel, and actually stepping into that and feeling that. And so the more that you can feel, that's where you embody all these tools. And believe me, that's something I needed to learn. You know, I've been on this spiritual personal development journey for over 30 years, and I knew it all logically, but it was about embodying it. And I'm not perfect by any means, and I don't try and, you know, like be that. It's like I'm constantly learning and growing, just like everyone else. So as a coach, it's like you find, you know, people who are a few steps ahead of you that can also help you to move up. And that's the whole reason why we're here, to continue to learn and grow on our spiritual evolution on this journey. And take responsibility for ourselves and for every choice that we make, because it's only us. It comes back to us. Every choice we make is how, you know, the choices. This is about taking responsibility. So going back to the relationship, if you choose to have a relationship with someone and who is abusive or who is, you know, either drinking, it's like, well, you chose that. And it's like, what am I learning from that? And again, it's take responsibility for where you're at. And the other person needs to take responsibility. But there's a lot of other dynamics in that, you know, i.e. control, manipulation, and why are they, you know, numbing out and using alcohol. So this is where communication in a relationship is so important, and being able to communicate and talk about things on a much deeper level. So I'm glad that was helpful, and thanks, Marty. Yes, I will choose a card for you. So we haven't used these cards before, Marty, so we'll see what comes up for you. I know last week you really got a powerful card and message as well on creating abundance, I remember. And thanks for watching, Kylie. Great to have you here, lovey. And so oh, well, okay. We got 2 that just jumped out. Okay, these are the 2. So can you see that? We've got Queen of Raphael, and we've got the King of Ariel. Very interesting. So the Queen of Raphael, I'll start with this one, is kind, understanding, giving, and psychic. Follow your heart, a love of home and family, trustworthy psychic information. So I'll share that one first for you, Marty. And so we've got Raphael, Queen of Raphael, 2 seconds. Knight, Queen. Okay, here we are. Your heart is your greatest strength. Expect relationships with others to develop to a new level. Someone is in the perfect position to help another person understand his or her own feelings, and immense love of home and family is also in evidence. Any psychic or intuitive information that arises is completely reliable. So isn't that interesting, Marty? We were just talking about relationships, and you got this card which just confirms that. So I trust that Yes, you got two jumped out, so I didn't even get to do the piles, but I'll share the message. So the other meaning, I'll just quickly share this for you, Marty. Someone who is wise and kind, a loving and nurturing person with the ability to solve problems before they occur, psychic, spiritual, understanding and giving. And then so other meanings is a psychologist, a champion of the underdog, giving too much, unconditional love, or the need for self-care. So I'll let you sit with that. Now, the next card that fell out for you is the King of Ariel. And this says successful, stable, accomplished, and powerful. Your plans are working out very well. Professional and financial success, using resources wisely. Isn't that great? That just is a follow-on from last week. You got an abundance card that came through, you know, just confirming how abundant you are and that it will just keep flowing for you. So I love that, and good for you, and keep your vibration high and just keep it flowing. I mean, it's whatever you're doing, it's working. So this is the meaning for the King of Ariel. So much abundance. This is what it says. Your plans are going to work out very well. The ability to manage finances is matched with a keen sense of what will succeed. Advancement in your career is likely. You've worked very hard and would like to take a break or possibly retire to enjoy a life of more leisure. So under people, a very successful person who has risen to the top professionally, someone who can direct many people or projects at once, a nature lover, stable, powerful, and accomplished. So this other meanings is career success, using resources wisely, money in the bank, and leadership positions. I'm not sure if what work you do currently, Marty, but it's all positive. It's that's a confirmation that, yeah, you've got nothing to be concerned about, worried about, and no one has. No one has. If you're worried about any situation, finances, or even your health, what you're doing is you're sending that worry energy out and putting energy into what you don't want. So it doesn't even make sense to put energy into what you don't want. Focus on what you do want, where you are going, and set those goals for yourself so that you can actually achieve it. And so, okay, I'm getting there's another message here, and I'll delete that. Unfortunately, there's some people online that send messages out to people, basically threatening them, going, oh, I've got an important message, you know, from the higher realm or from the universe, and send me a message so that I can give it to you, because, you know, and they'll threaten you or tell you that you're in trouble or the ancestors are, you know, it's a scam. Okay, don't fall for that. Again, just choose wisely, like the card said. Don't fall for these people online that are telling you, you know, that they've got important messages and you've got to contact them. And in order to get that message, you need to send them a bunch of money. It's a scam. So just so the person that is, I can't even pronounce your name. And I think it's, yeah, Marty, I know you've been approached by that in the past and you handled it very well. So, okay, we've got another card that just flipped out, and it is the King of Ariel. So this is the same card. Same card just fell out again. So I won't repeat it, but there you go, Marty. And it all says your plans are working out very well. Professional and financial success, using resources wisely. So I trust that was helpful for everybody, and I will be on doing a class tomorrow night online on Zoom, so you can join me for that. It's how to regain your mojo after a relationship breakdown, and it can be also if you're going through relationship issues. I can put the Eventbrite link in the comments if you'd like to join me for that. It's at 7 p.m. Australian time, so it doesn't work for my US friends, but next Friday I'm doing one at 11 a.m. the same time as today, and you can join me on the Thursday night for that. So that'll be Friday Australia, Thursday night in the US, and bring your questions and we will have a discussion about relationship challenges. But like I keep saying, you know, it really comes back to the relationship with yourself. What are you attracting and creating and bringing into your life? And if it's not working for you, really look at that. So we're all on a journey to learn and grow and look at it from a different perspective, like we talked about at the beginning. Okay, so it's a beautiful, gorgeous, sunny day here in Brisbane. I was tempted to do this out in the park, but to do the live on YouTube, I'm here at home, and sending much love, many blessings to you all. Have a magical week. Go and create those magical moments everywhere you go. And also remember, do acts of kindness for others, and let me know how you feel from doing that simple act. You know, it can be just smiling at someone or saying hello and just being friendly. It doesn't take any effort at all, and the repercussions is enormous. So and just keep spreading, you know, your love and light out into the world. Thank you, Marty. Great to see you here. Yes, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next either tomorrow night or next Monday. Much love. Bye for now.